Ready whenever you're set.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, are you related or just a friend?
She works for me.
Okay.
And she's a friend.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Hi there, can you state your name, please?
Julie Crosser?
No, I'm on here now. Yeah. Thank you. And give me a minute here. The state is alleging one charge of DUI impairment. That's a class 1 misdemeanor. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for an arraignment on the 29th of April at 9 o'clock in the morning. The arraignment is where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to that charge. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceedings. All of those options, as well as the penalty range, will be explained to you prior to you giving your plea, so you'll be well informed. This case has the ability to have a court-appointed attorney because there's mandatory jail time if you're found guilty or if you plead guilty or no contest. You also have the right to a jury trial on this case if you wish to exercise that right. We'll talk about it at the next hearing. Your release conditions are obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately of any address change, do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, do not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and I'm ordering you to report to pretrial services. So what that means is when you're released from custody, you'll contact the name and phone number that I provide to you. It's the probation department. They're going to monitor you and these release conditions and give you instructions. You need to abide by those instructions and these release conditions. Any failure to do so could result in your release being revoked. Do you understand that? Can you abide by those release conditions?
Yes, sir.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
Yes, sir.
Then we'll release you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. There you do have an employer or a friend that is present in the courtroom, and I'll
Yes.
give him instructions on where you'll be released from shortly.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Ma'am, what am I got?
So the
Yes.
sheriff's office is just across the street over here?
Yes, sir.
She'll be released out of there probably in the next 15 minutes or so.
15 or 50?
About 15. So if you want to go over there and just buzz the buzzer, let them know who you are and that you're waiting for her release, then they know you're out there.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Ask for that. For your full name and please full.
Can you state your name, please?
Carolyn Summerbell.
Okay. All right, I want to confirm your address. All right, the state is alleging 2 violations against you. One of them is a DUI, being impaired to the slightest degree violation, and also an open container of alcohol unauthorized in your vehicle. Those are both misdemeanor violations. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for an arraignment on the 29th of April at 9 o'clock. The arraignment is where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to those charges. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceedings, and all of those options, as well as the penalty range of each of those charges, will be explained to you prior to you giving your plea, so you'll be well informed. The DUI has the ability to have a jury trial request made by you if you wish to do that. It also has the ability to have a court-appointed attorney to assist you through that process if you financially qualify for one, because there is a mandatory of 8 consecutive hours of jail time that's attached to that DUI charge. So if you wish to exercise that right for a court-appointed attorney, I can either talk to you about it at your next hearing, or if you want to come over early and pick up a financial questionnaire and fill that out and turn it in, we'll have it ready before the next hearing to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney if you wish to do so. Okay?
Okay.
Your release conditions are as follows. Obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately if your address changes. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Can you comply with those release conditions?
Yes.
And you'll show up to court on the 29th of April at 9 as instructed?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. That's all I've got for you.
I don't think. Step to the counter, state your full name for the judge, including your middle.
Dorian Lee Rackley.
All right. I'm going to need you to step up forward and speak up a little louder. The microphone's not that great.
Dorian Lee Rackley.
Thank you, Mr. Rackley. I want to confirm your address. Stand by. The state is alleging 4 charges against you. The first one is DUI, impaired to the slightest degree. The second one is an assault charge with a domestic violence coupling charge. The third is disorderly conduct charge with a coupling domestic violence charge. And the final charge is a criminal damage charge with a coupling domestic violence charge. On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for an arraignment on the 29th of April at 9 a.m. That's where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to those charges. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceedings. All of those options, as well as the penalty ranges for each of those charges, will be explained to you at the next hearing prior to giving your plea, so you'll be well informed. The DUI has the ability to have a court-appointed attorney if you financially qualify for it. Also, it has the ability to have a jury trial if you wish to exercise that right. If you're interested in a court-appointed attorney, you can either ask for one at the next hearing, or if you want to come over to the court and pick up a financial questionnaire and do that ahead of time, then you certainly can do that, and then we'll review it at your next hearing date. Your release conditions are as follows. Obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately if your address changes. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Do not contact the alleged victims in any manner. Do not go near the location of the alleged offense. You may return there with a police officer for a civil standby to collect some belongings. The order is not a permanent order, but it is why this is going through the court proceedings. And depending on how the case ends up, you might be prohibited from going there. It just depends on a lot of factors. But temporarily, that's what the release conditions are. The last release condition I have is that when you're released from custody, which is what my intentions are to do, is to release you on your own recognizance, is that you're going to contact the probation department You're not on probation, but you are on pretrial services. Their job is to monitor these release conditions to make sure you're obeying them, and also to give you instructions, and you must obey their requirements as well. Any violation of any of those conditions can result in your release being revoked and taken back into custody. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So I'll be providing you a name and phone number that when you're released, you need to contact them right away. They're expecting your call. Can you comply with those release conditions?
Yes, sir.
And you'll show up to court as ordered on the 29th April?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll release you on your own recognizance with those promises. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all I've got. All right, we'll send them to you, Mr. French.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a good one.
You too.